Right, I want to say hello everybody, welcome to another nighttime video here. For me it's nighttime and I'm going to be doing some more art, and I'm just going to show you something just really quickly. I'm not going to spend a long time on this one, I really am not. So I'm going to basically just open up Fire Alpaca. It's just a great art software, I like it a lot. Been using it for a long time, and I've got a setup here that I'm going to be using. Okay. Anyway, I use Krita. I use Krita a lot as well. It's very good art software. But I use it for animation mostly, you know. Anyway, we're going to look at a setup that I've got here. A setup, okay. And I've covered some of these basics already in another video. But what I'm doing is I'm showing you something. Okay. Basically, I've got a couple of folders on the right hand side. Let's look at what I've got. I've got my canvas size set to a certain size in the image. A big enough size that I like 2000 wide by whatever it is. Let's just check it out now. 2964 in the width, and the height is 1498. That's both in pixels, by the way. 350 dpi. Constrained proportions, right? Just how it's set. Anyway, I've got it like to a grey sort of colour, just a light grey, so it's easier on the eyes. Apart as if you were to have like bright white in your eyes, that can be quite tiring sometimes. A very light grey. It's not important for now. Anyway, next I've got these two folders here, and the reason I split it into two folders is because it's just saves more space on the screen, at least while you're working this stuff out. You don't have to do it this way. We're talking about making faces. For characters, okay, heads, basically drawing the heads. I've got a various bunch of angles that I've set up to draw a head from. Now before I do that, I'm going to make another layer just quickly and just show you a couple of layers. One of them is going to be very low opacity, and I'm going to show you just something. You can make heads, don't forget, from a cube. So from a cube, I could have a cube on various angles. For example, like this is a cube. The front of this is going to be the face, right? So I could just do a line. There's different ways you can do this. Like, you know, you see me using circles and spheres and stuff. There's different ways. Sometimes people do it this way. I forgot what it's called, the Loomis way, or the Loomis way, and it's broken into 6 parts like that. You have the eyes up here and the nose and the mouth, basically. But I just don't mess around with that. I just do it with the 4, and I just shape the head a certain way anyway and keep it about that same kind of way. So let's imagine that this head is just turning. Okay. So let's just first of all do it like, let's imagine this is a cube, right? So it's a cube. I can imagine that one side is like now on the angle, let's say, slightly turning, maybe like that, in 3D sort of space you imagine in your mind. And this is here. If you imagine this line going around too, there'll be another point about here where the ear is. That'd be where the ear is, like a mark. You can imagine, okay? And then from the side, obviously, you know, from the side it would be just literally like that. And you can do in-betweens as well for more angle, right? Now, I work on animation, don't forget. So this is why I'm really, you know, into this, right? Now that head, by the way, that head, just move these two out the way for a second. Let's imagine that head, alright? So let's imagine this front one, this one, okay? I could do this now looking slightly up. Let's imagine looking slightly up from underneath the chin, per se. And it'd be like something like this, you know, something like that, right? You see? It's not perfect, but you get the idea, yeah? And then looking down, you're going to do it like this, okay? Like this kind of thing. You see the top of the head a little bit like just angled looking down. if you're seeing the very, very top of the head, it would just be like a square, you'd imagine it, okay? You get the idea. We'd never see the total bottom part, you'd see the chin, yeah, maybe, like, but the neck would be there, obviously, attached to the body, right? Yeah, now, looking at the bottom here now, the bottom row, we can also do another one here, like the back of the head. Before we see the back of the head, we're going to see an angle version. So it's like slightly turning away, and that'll be where the ear is, you see. See, and then the face is on the other side. This would be like the back of the head, obviously, here, see. You can imagine, see. And the neck would go into here, you know, the back of the head. Then the back of the head would be literally like this. So these are like 8 different angles we've got then. We can have in-betweens too and stuff, you know. But, you know, this is basically what we've got. So if I turn those down and just go on to another layer, and this is basically my point. So for the face in general, if I just do a couple of rough eyes, I'm not doing a proper good piece of art, just doing a rough thing here. See, I could literally do this. I can put the chin will go lower than the actual body anyway. I mean lower than the cube itself, you know, anyway. I'll just work that out, you see. Just do a round head. I'm not doing any hair or anything, just simple. Put the ears on the side, along that line there. And a bit with the eyes, go on eyebrows. Should go up to where the eyebrows are, really, but that's okay. Whatever. This side you're going to see less, see. So, just really quickly, under part of the nose there. The bottom part of the chin, see that where this goes back up. I find this is the hardest angle to draw the head from, looking up there. See, less of the forehead anyway, less of the top of the head. There. This one, the eyes here, top of the nose, a little bit there, the mouth there. The chin obviously a bit lower down there. You're not going to see it too clearly from there because it's like really facing down, and we're going to see basically the top of the head. You get the idea. So the hair would be like, you know, on the top of the head there, you know. Yeah, okay. The ears, obviously putting those ears in. I've done those ears a little bit too high, I think, on this one. I'm not trying to give this bitch earrings. The top of the head obviously would be like just literally like that, you know, whatever. The ears on the side, and then the nose, you'd see the nose there. This side we're going to just do the eyes here, a little bit of the side of the nose. If you want to do those lines for the nose, you can do that, but okay, there, the mouth, the ear on the side here, you see, eyebrows, can do this part of the chin coming down, trying to keep it like that same sort of length we had. So the cheek here up, the back of the head would be around there, you know, really connected round, you know, kind of thing. Kind of a weird shape. I know I've kind of done it a bit too stretched out, but you know, just go in there, just quickly size that up quickly, you know. The beauty of digital art softwares. And the side obviously like this. You know, it kind of goes in where the eyes are here anyway. Side of the eye looking a bit like that. It's not great, as I say, I'm really not great at drawing faces. I'm just doing this for quickness. Okay, just doing a quick thing. Put the lip there, whatever it is. The chin. Okay, it's not good. It's not great. No, the back of the neck would go in here. You see, I'm just doing it like that, just for simple. The back of the ear, the next two are pretty easy to do, as I say. The back kind of part of the ear. This is a kind of hard one to do. This one is hard. You're not going to see too much of this, the face features, even the nose. A little bit of the nose sticking out there, maybe. The back of the head. You know, the back of the neck will be about there, right, anyway. You know, but you see what I mean. And that bit of the chin would be there anyway, but it's quite hard to do these two. This one, as I say, and then the other top second one from left to right is also hard when it's looking up. And then this one is obviously just the back of the head. That's the back of the head with the ears and the neck there, okay, going up into the back. They're kind of weird sizes, I know some of these are too big or too small, but you get the idea. And then what you'd do is obviously you'd work out where you're going to do your hair and stuff. If this is, let's say, a rough guide thing anyway, you have your hairline, you know where that's going to go with the forehead ends there, sort of thing. So if you wanted to have hair coming over, you'd work out how the hair goes, you see, and just design your characters. But anyway, let's just turn it off. We're going to look at these folders now. So these folders now, if you hold on 1 second, sorry, I'm very sorry. Hold on. Basically, what I'm just going to say to you is we've got some people coming in and out of the door there. Damn. Excuse me. Let me just move this. That was strange. It was Freddy Krueger coming in the room. So please bear with me. I'm going to put the camera up for a second, alright? You're not going to see me for a moment. But let's just look at these folders, what I've got. So each one of these folders is similar. The first folder, you can see what I've got, some basic like skin kind of shape. I put a mark there for the head. 4 angles. And then there's 4 in the other folder as well. So I'm just going to open that folder quickly. What you can see, if you look at these layers inside this folder, what do we have? I have the first layer, which is the skin, like the actual head shape. This is not the actual final head shape. This is only for visualization, okay, so that I can see what I'm doing, kind of thing, you know, get the idea, okay. And basically yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just turn the light off, okay guys, because it's pretty late and people need to go to sleep. Let me just show you this, okay, because you can still see me, man. You can still see me, yeah. You can still see me. What's up, dude? Yeah, what's up, bro? I'm on YouTube. I'm a star. No. So, but basically, okay, let's go back to my normal voice for a second. So you can see this here, the skin, okay. Just for the visualization, that is. This is not the actual final shape of the heads. On the layer above that, you've got the cubes. If you look carefully, I turn this up. See, you can see I've put the cubes, and I've put in that hairline at the top there too. Okay, so you've got the basic shape there. Okay, same sort of angles. Turning down the opacity faint. I've got the opacity low for both of these, the skin and that. The next layer, you can see I've titled it here as hair blocking. Hair blocking. And there's nothing on it currently on that level, on that layer. And in the next layer, above that is real lines. Okay, real lines. Colour, we can work with other layers or do things later on, as I say. But let me just close down this folder for a second and turn off the visibility of this folder. And now turn on the visibility of the next folder above it and open that. You can see we've got the same setup, but I just did them in separate folders to make it simple to see. So for the first one is the skin, the second layer above that is the cubes, our angles, okay, and then, you know, bringing it down again, the next one is the hair blocking, and then the top one is the real lines. Okay. So let me just show you what I mean. So if I open the first folder here, second one down in the list, if I go to the hair blocking, what I'm going to do is I'll do the hair first, let's say for example, and I can use a blocking method like I showed you in my other video when I was talking about how to do this. So I would use a pen. You can use any shape pen you want to use. I'm just using a normal pen. I could use a marker actually. Let me use a marker this time, a bit more squared off. So Yes, okay, so I just literally scribble some hair on. I'm going to turn down the opacity slightly and just work out what I want to have. So I'll go like this. Kind of works well, see, if I do this, just really rough, just blocking it in. See? Yes, I want to have that, okay? Whatever it's going to be. Something like that, okay? Yeah, like that, okay? So there we go. Simple as that. Just marked in, you see? I could even do the next one as well. Different angles, see? So I'm making multiple heads for my characters, okay? Imagining where the ear is, you see? So I'm going to go around the ear kind of area there, okay? You see? So I'll give myself space where the ear is, you know? So I'll draw that in properly later. But yeah, let's imagine, okay, so I'm doing multiple head angles for a character so that I can copy and paste them in later as when I've done my real heads. So right now it's looking a little bit like a South Park character. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down this, and if I want, for just so I can see what I'm doing a bit better, I could even also turn off my cubes. My cube line here, cube lines, just so I can see what I'm doing. Now on the real lines layer, I just go into a black pen, full opacity, thin black pen, and just literally use that as a guide. Literally use it as a guide, you see? Like this. Now I can turn it down a little bit if I want the opacity, just to make it feel like I'm kind of penciling it in sort of thing, but we don't need to have a pencil layer, because that's the whole point of this layer, what I'm doing with the blue layer I've got here, you know, the blocking layer. That's what we're basically doing. We're using that as the guide, you know. Now it's not perfect, I know, but you get the idea. So I can turn down the opacity a bit more. I can even turn off the skin if I want to. But you want to see, because that's not the proper perfect shape of a head, don't forget. You can turn these on the cubes or that, you know. Yeah, you see? And then from there, you could straight away start to draw the face as you see fit. And I'm not following the actual shape of the blue hair perfectly. I'm just literally following it like as a basic guide, but it's got enough body there, so to speak. Okay, make sure you're on the right layer always when you're doing art. I can go in, you know, and do this. I can do the eyes. Remember, there should be a space of one eye between the eyes. Now this is not perfect. I know this is not a really good looking character, maybe. It looks weird with the cube there. But as I turn that back on, you'll see what I mean. Again, it's like that gives you some visualization. So you're having that skin color there. I can put this chin like long, and I don't need to follow that. You see, I just literally follow it like how the best I can. I can put some hair on the other side too, even though we can't see any with that blue thing there. You know, I can also adjust things and erase and, you know, adjust it as I feel fit. You haven't got to have such a massive head too. Don't forget, you can also you know, you can also clean things up as you go, change things as you go, you know, as well. You don't have to go exactly like I'm doing here. You can like fix it up. You know, it looks a bit weird, I know. I could have done that much better. I think there's something wrong with the shape of the head, but still, we do this one just really quickly. That was weird. I started with the ear, or I should have started with the hair. That's what I'm doing, but the whole point of this. But yeah, you know. Okay, so you know, so I'm going to put the eye on there as well and do it in a bit of the head. If you want to do it this way, you can. I'm very sorry about Windows 10 giving me those stupid interruptions there all the time. I don't know how to turn that off because my computer's all in Chinese and even the people that I've asked who can read Chinese, who are Chinese, they've had trouble. They can't find it either. The reason that I can speak Chinese, I speak it every day, but it's like I can't read it and nobody can find a way around this problem here. But you see what I mean? So I'm doing this here, and you can see what I'm doing. I'm going in and yeah, just going in and doing the chin here, see, and then going up. You see what I mean? And you can just get your designs like that. Okay, and that's what I'm basically doing. So if I just get rid of the, if I just, once that's done, once that's finished, I can just turn off all that stuff, colour them in, you know, turn this up, turn the lines all the way up, you know. Be nicer if they're a bit more cleaner, you know, but you know, what I'm basically doing is I'm basically just, you know, you make sure the gaps are all closed around the edges. Make sure all the edges, or the outside edges, are closed, and then you can merge them down onto a background or fill them in more simply. What you'll do is you'll cut out each one, save them as individual images, trim or crop the get a selection, and just save these images of these heads out. And you'll have these various heads, and this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to be what I do is I use the different heads for, you know, different angles in my cartoons and stuff. Forgot to do these spikes on the front here. It's okay, just erase that as you go, change things here. Pretty cool, right? Can change a few things here. You want to do that, see? Not perfect, but you get the idea. Yeah, and we can come in here obviously and choose colours, and choose the colour, fill it in one way or another. See, this is what I'm saying. You'd be better to like make sure you got all of your gaps all saved and closed up, you know, properly. You know, just get the colour that you think suits the character, whatever. Choose the hair. See, I need to sometimes go to my expand up here, expand it to 1 pixel, whatever it is, but sometimes that doesn't work the best, you know, when you do that kind of a way. It just doesn't. The best way is to sometimes merge it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to this is not even a real character, I'm just doing this for a bit of fun, just to show you. Pretty cool though, it's a pretty cool one. I'm not going to keep it, you know. You could do your shade, you know, shadows if you wanted to do that kind of stuff, as I say. Yeah. So, but that's what I basically do, you know. You make sure you fill in every gap, obviously, and everything. And the white eyes, the whites of the eyes, I mean, you want to fill those in as well, really. But the thing is with this, you're going to get a lot of gaps and stuff anyway. So what you're going to do is I'd make another layer below that, set the reference when you've got the paint bucket selected here, the tool, choose it as layer, fill it with a white, let's say, or a colour, merge those down to that, and then from there you can simply cut out the background and providing that's all selected the outside, see, and then do that. So now we've got that as an image, you see. So if I was to then select one of these, see, I could go to crop, bang, see, save that as a PNG head that could be attached to you know, a character. I can also flip it horizontally or whatever. The same with the other one, you know, and you can like get all these different angles and put them on. But just a rough thing, okay. So I just thought I'd show you that there and say I hope you enjoyed this video, okay. And I'll see you again next time. Is my face scary? Proper Halloween on here. How are you doing? It's dark in here. Don't shit yourself in the graveyard now. Take care, okay? Take care. take care of yourself. I'm talking to that guy, look. Take care of yourself, little guy. You know, and he's like, okay, I sure will. He's like, I'm bigger than you, motherfucker. He's like, how you doing, Richard? I'm fine. What the fuck you doing, bitch? Clean your dirty mouth out, you bastard, motherfucker, shitbag. What the fuck, this motherfucker? What the fuck? What you do, rude boy? What you gonna do? Say about my mum? My mum, what? What the fuck, man? Banging your mum. Banging your mum. Stop this. Yeah. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm not gonna save that, as I say. Take care. Thanks for watching, from you. All jokes aside, stay creative and do some good art. Take care now. Good stuff on the way from me. Also, can we stop the video? This is the next challenge. Can I stop the video? I can never stop. Why not once I start? On the neck. Hold on 1 second. So, whoa, zombie hand. Whoa, Halloween's coming, give me real.